Clock and Donna, all the board members are present, and I'd like to note that the open meeting law is posted in Donna's office. And Angie, I'm going to need you to take the oath of office here. Go ahead and raise your right hand and read the oath.
Okay. I, Angie Erickson, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Nebraska against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and I take this obligation freely and without mental reservation for the purpose of evasion. And that I will faithfully and impartially perform the duties of the office of village trustee according to the law and to the best of my ability. And I do further swear that I do not advocate nor am I a member of any political party or organization that advocates the overthrow of the government of the United States or of the state by force or violence, and that during such time as I am in position, I will not advocate nor become a member of a political party or organization that advocates the overthrow of the government of the United States or of the state by force or violence. So help me God.
Okay, thank you, Angie. Okay, Ben, I'm going to let you have this part of the meeting for a little bit.
I'll just sit right here so I can address the board and the public. I was hired to be the village attorney. I was at the last meeting. Obviously, we've got some problems in this village. So the issues they all start with the manner in which these meetings have been handled in the past, and I have watched videos of past meetings, and I have issues with the behavior of not only the board members but members of the public. There have been interruptions, accusations, threats against the board. That all changes now. All the rules are different now. The Open Meetings Act, which are the rules for these meetings, let me get the section. States that we have to allow the public, obviously, but we do not have to let them speak at every meeting. For the time being, we are not going to implement that rule. At the end of each meeting, we will have an item in the agenda for public comments. The rights of the public attending, we are not required to allow citizens to speak at each meeting, but it may not forbid public participation at all meetings. And also that we may require persons desiring to address the board, we may require them to identify themselves. The new rules and regulations for these meetings. There will be no interruptions from the public during the meeting. If you interrupt the board, myself, or the chairperson, we will ask you to leave. If you do not leave, we will prosecute you for criminal trespass. Second-degree criminal trespass is a Class 2 misdemeanor in the state of Nebraska. It carries with it the possibility of 6 months in jail, a $500 fine, or both. We will also prosecute you for disturbing the peace. As I said, we will add a public comment section to the end of each agenda. We will allow 15 minutes for the public to speak, say what they want, but still you have to follow the rules. There will be no threats. There will be no hostility. You will not disrupt the meeting, or we will ask you to leave. I've spoken to or received a letter from each board member, and I've asked them to identify all the problems, and I think I have a pretty good handle on what the problems are. As for threats made against the board members related to legal action, file a lawsuit. That is your God-given right. That is well within your rights in the United States of America. But we don't want to hear about it. If any of you feel that you have a valid legal claim, file it. Have your attorney contact me or simply file a complaint. There is no reason to threaten. It doesn't matter. You either file it or you don't. We, as a village and as the village board, are no longer going to tolerate threats or attempts at intimidation by anybody. The board runs this town. They were elected. If you don't like them, pick somebody else. So that's it. Those are the rules. So play along, don't play along, doesn't matter to me. I get paid either way. But it's not going to run like it has in the past. During the public comments, the chair will recognize people. If someone wants to talk, they will raise their hand, and the chair will recognize that person before they speak. Now, this is the way it's going to work until we get it rolling. I don't want to be here every month. I've got 2 kids. They're both going to bed right now. So I want to get this up and moving as fast as we can. I want to get it running smoothly. Obviously, it's come off the rails. But that's my presentation. That's how I'm going to handle it. So I'll be here for the foreseeable future.
Thank you, Mr. Murray. Donna, I'm going to ask you to, can you read those? I don't know if I can focus my glasses enough to see.
This is the next pay application. Here are some copies if anybody wants to look at them. This pay application is number 4, I believe, and it's for $177,404.40. And it shows on there what percentages is done and what's left. Fencing. He said the electrical panel is scheduled to arrive January 2nd. Then the lift station can be started up. And then the remaining items include demolition of the existing lagoons, finish the fencing, and finish the seating. So this, it looks like he has on here $127,000 to finish yet.
What was the dollar amount for the pay application?
$177,404.40.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So that's what they're asking for.
Yeah, any discussion about that? I will need a motion to pay that pay application pending USDA approval.
Make a motion to pay
It has to say pending USDA approval, is that right? Donna?
Yeah.
USDA approval.
Yeah, they'll be here tomorrow.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve the pay application. In the USDA approval, no discussion. Jeremy?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
And
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Okay, the claims treasurer's report.
Can I-
Oh, you have something?
Yeah, I
else
do,
on it?
I do have
Please.
one more
Okay.
thing.
Okay, okay.
With the lagoon. There is going to be a little bit of grant money left.
Okay.
And,
Some more,
at-
huh?
well-
Is this additional?
well, this is USDA grant.
Oh, so
Yeah.
we can get into USDA
Mhm.
grant?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that-
we will be
I didn't
into
think we
it.
were gonna be able to.
Yeah, no, we'll be into it.
Okay.
And at last month's meeting, Alan and I were there, Jeremy was there. We suggested riprap.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Were you here? You were here
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
Riprap, raising a few of the manholes up to
Mhm.
street level.
Yeah. It's permission.
But USDA turned it down. He
Oh,
said,
they
those-
did?
yeah, they are,
All of
they-
that,
yeah.
all of it.
Yeah, they turned it all down.
Hmm.
Yeah, they turned it down, so if there's anything else that we can think of, that we can try to get with this grant money. So we need, the next month, we need to come up with something
That could finish out
to finish out the grant money.
Well, we're gonna have to think that if there was something in the project, guys, that we didn't think that, as long as we got all the lines all picked up and cambered, so that was good, but the manhole definitely
I don't know, do you think we need to put it at the manhole, whether they like it or not?
Yes, Ellen.
Marge, one thing I'd like to see done was where we could actually dump water, I mean, so it wasn't a cross connection, but dump water from fire hydrant right into a sewer line. So it's gonna be hard to maintain 2.5 feet of water in that lagoon. But I mean, this way it'd help flush the line and push water back up into the lagoons.
Oh, man.
I'd really like to see that, where all we had to do was open a hydrant and, because we'd have to run it, you know, with the wells.
Yeah.
We can't use the irrigation well there
No,
anymore.
no, but, are you possibly thinking of the hydrant down there by the lift station? That
Well,
we fix something there?
Yeah, something.
Separate?
Something.
You would
It
utilize
could, it could
that.
even be further off where it could flush more of a line, but I think that'd be a plus.
It's worth asking them.
Yeah, you know, and go ahead and think about a hydrant would be a good benefit to us, you know, maybe, even north of town there.
Sure.
On Meridian Street would be good.
That'd be a
to go
good
in,
place.
To take it down that line again and keep that flushed
It should
out,
be flushed.
even though it's mine.
Even like where that hydrant's at over by Steve Mines.
Yes, that's
You know,
what
if a
I'm
guy could
thinking
use
about.
that, you
Yeah.
know. That way, you know, you're talking about 5 to 6 blocks of line that you're gonna keep clean.
But I wonder what we would need to do to, you know, you have to get so everything's backflow prevented to have this
Well, the
permanent
engineer,
setup.
excuse me, I'm sure the engineers would take care of that part, but I think that'd be a big plus.
Mhm. Okay, well, yeah, I think that's, talk to them tomorrow and let's see what we can do. Are you gonna be able to go, anybody?
I can come down if nobody else can.
What time are they gonna be here, Dawn?
9.
9.
As far as I can, I thought.
Okay, because I have to be back to here at 10:30, so. Okay, do you have anything else done on that
No,
project?
no, that's all I have.
Okay, well, let's move to the claims, treasurer's report, and minutes.
Is everybody on here now?
Mhm.
I figured, but-
Yeah, yeah, it is. Okay, you guys have a chance to relook at that again. And a motion, if you're satisfied with everything.
I'll move to accept claims treasurer's report minutes.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to accept the claims treasurer's report minutes. Any other discussion? Jeremy?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
Angie? Yep. Jim,
Yes.
and yes for me. Okay, it's time for reorganize, whoops, okay, I'm skipping by, guys, I'm jumping here because I don't have my, I need to have you, Jim, and Angie take your oath now for the election, so if you raise your, Ben, do I need to have them individually take it, or can they all take it?
They can take it
I was
together.
gonna say, I thought
Yeah.
law says they could take it
Yeah.
together. Go ahead and raise your right hand again and take the oath, please.
Do I have to read them all, or what?
Yeah, please.
I, James Watson, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of the state of Nebraska against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely and without mental reservation or for the purpose of evasion, and that I will faithfully and impartially perform the duties of the office of village trustee according to the law and to the best of my ability. And I do further swear that I do not advocate nor am I a member of any political party or organization that advocates the overthrow of the government of the United States or of this state by force or violence. And that during such time as I am in this position, I will not advocate nor become a member of any political party or organization that advocates the overthrow of the government of the United States or of this state by force or violence, so help me God.
Angie, you're actually gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
You have
She
to
could
say it.
keep up with me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you have to actually
Okay,
say it.
he's already too far from me. Get it right.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, okay.
Go ahead.
I, Angie Erickson, I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Nebraska against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will bear the truth and allegiance to the same, and that I take this obligation freely and without mental reservations for the purpose of evasion, and that I will faithfully and impartially perform the duties of the office of village trustee according to the law and to the best of my ability. And I do further swear that I do not advocate nor am I a member of a political party or organization that advocates the overthrow of the government in the United States or of this state by force or violence. And that during such time as I am in position, I will not advocate nor become a member of any political party or organization that advocates the overthrow of the government or of the United States or of this state by force or violence. So help me God.
Thank you, Jim and Angie. Okay, this part of the board meeting, it's time for reorganization and to elect a new chairperson, and then from there, the chairperson will appoint our committees, which will be street, water, sewer, and parks. So it's open up to the board to elect themselves a chairperson. Oh, guys.
Go ahead. Chairperson.
A motion's been made, second, to nominate Marge Dorflinger for chairperson. Any discussion? We'll need to vote on that. Jeremy,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
Angie,
Yep.
Jim.
Yes.
will. Okay, we're also going to need to elect a vice chairperson.
I'll nominate James for vice chair.
I'll second that motion. Any other discussion? Jeremy?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
Angie?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Yes from me. Okay. I'm going to have to appoint a street committee, a water committee, and a sewer and the parks. Do any of you guys have a particular place you would like to?
I'll take the water.
You'll take the water? Okay, thank you. But I am going to double up on like that we have done before.
That's fine.
To serve with you. Okay, he specified, okay. Would you like to, Jim, serve on water
It's
with?
fine.
Okay.
It makes me no difference. You
Okay.
just put me wherever you.
Okay, well, okay, I just want to
Wherever you
put you
think.
where you don't want to serve.
I've been on all of them.
I know you
so-
have. Do you, would, Mark, how would you and, like to serve as the, well, I'll put Jim on with the streets, and would you like to serve with him?
Sure.
Okay. Jim and Mark then. We have sewer. We always used to say that was a beginning spot, but actually you have almost a new system, so it really isn't. Mark, would you like to be chair of the sewer?
Sure.
Okay. Jeremy, do you want
I'll
us
take it.
to
That's
serve with her on the sewer and you're kind of taking an interest in? We have parks. Angie, would you like to take parks?
Sure.
Okay, if anybody like to double up, who haven't I doubled up here? Mark, are you down on two of them?
Yep.
He is, already. Jim, are you down on two?
Yeah.
Yep, you are. Well,
I'll go with her.
okay.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Well, okay, we'll put you down, Jeremy. And that seems like we all had to serve on it in May, didn't we?
Mhm.
Okay, well, we will need to appoint Keith Gilmore as our street superintendent, so I'm gonna need, if you're satisfied as Keith being our street superintendent, he's already done our work, you know, for the 1 to 6 year road plan that's coming up. We'll need a motion.
I'll move to
appoint
appoint
him.
Keith Gilmore, street superintendent.
A
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and
We don't
seconded
get to
to
know.
appoint Keith Gilmore, street superintendent. Any discussion? Jeremy?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
Angie?
Yes.
Jim?
Yep.
Yes from me. We'll need to appoint Benjamin Murray as our village attorney. That again, I will.
I'll move.
Motion
That ain't
carried.
nothing but jokes anyway.
Okay. Okay, we're ready to vote on that. Jeremy?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
Angie?
Yes.
Jim? And
Yes.
yes. Okay, we've appointed Ben as our attorney, and in the other motion, we appointed Keith Gilmore as the street superintendent. I don't have anything. Alan, would you give us some reports?
Not a whole lot on the water, samples, everything came back good, have been coming back good. Like you talked about the extension on the sewer projects, we do have one pump in, and then like the panel and stuff will be after January. Everything else to the lagoon, the splitter box, everything's done, basically to hook up the lift station, and we'll be ready to go with the forced main. We've got 2.5 foot to 3 foot of water in both cells, and so we're basically ready to go.
Ready to go. Yeah. Has the DEQ been down to do some inspecting that you know of?
No.
Or not at all?
Mm-mm.
I just wanted to discuss seeing the DEQ vehicle, but they could have been inspecting something else. I have, as far as, when are we going to start looking at our fencing down there for a grant? you have
At the
any?
well, at the well house.
At the well
Or at the
house.
well house. Anytime we want to start, we can do this, but we've got to have it done by the end of July.
Okay, well, let's come back next month and see what we can
Okay.
come up with for that, so we can get that grant money.
Because we're going to put the security door and the
Yes,
new door
yes,
and the windows
we
in.
windows,
Yeah,
windows
yes.
are very high energy users.
I'll bring that next meeting,
Okay,
Madam Chair.
okay, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna open up, this can be up to a 15-minute comment period, is that
Yeah,
correct, Ben?
15 minutes, and then just, if people raise their hand, just, and
Okay.
then they're gonna identify themselves.
Okay. I don't know who raised first, Lynn, identify yourself, please, for the,
Lynn Brown,
thank you.
I just have a quick question on the treasurer's claims, treasurer's reports. I see that the vandalism claim was paid, the $38,929. I understand that part of it had to go into the library fund, the $1,054.52. I'm assuming that was part of the vandalism claim. Where did the other $2,000 go? It's not on here.
It's in parks, it's in the community building. Community building is under parks.
Okay.
Does that answer your question, Lynn?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't finish up.
Doris Daniels,
Okay.
and I just would like to know who this Keith Gilmore is. I mean, what's our street superintendent? I mean, I don't understand what that is all about. I mean, who is he?
He's an engineer with Gilmore and Associates. I
What's
believe-
he gonna do?
Well, they prepare a 1 to 6 year road plan that you'll see published in the paper. And from that road plan is where, do we have one on there this month for our,
Highway allocation,
yeah, I don't see any highway allocation. Is there a missing? $2,217.83. That's, by preparing this stuff, having this engineer, that's where we get highway allocation.
Okay, is that for our streets or for
Streets.
53?
Streets, no, street
Street.
lights, we pay street lights out of that. That's what does, repair like, drainage ditches and
Our
snow removal.
snow removal
removal
comes
is
from
free.
that too?
Yep, that has to come out of our street money. Are we answering your question, Doris, or not?
Well, I didn't know.
Ask if ask so that you know here, okay?
Well, I just thought, I thought we had a street superintendent. I didn't know, is that to fix our streets that we drive on? No?
This street superintendent does all the legal work for
Yeah.
the village. He fills out the 1 and 6 year road plan. Or if
He tells you what we're gonna do or
No,
what?
no,
most,
the board tells them what they
Yeah.
want to do.
yeah.
Okay.
And most communities, I would guess 90 to 100% of them only do maintenance. Is that right, Ben? Or not? We
I think I
do.
can explain it. In order to get the state funds,
Right,
you have to have a person listed as your street supervisor who has certification, so who has a
Okay.
license to be that.
Mhm.
So like, Deschler uses a different company. I think Carlton actually uses the same guy.
okay.
But in order to get the funds from the state, you have to have your street plan signed off on by somebody who has the right degree.
Okay,
So they have the right license.
All
That's
right.
all it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have to publish it in the paper.
okay.
And it has to be approved by a certain time. They have to be published. And is it March 1st, Donna? Yeah, we have to
Okay.
have that.
All right,
So did that
thank you.
answer your
Yes.
question? Did you have any questions, Judy, Rick, or, okay.
Oh, Judy,
Yeah.
Judy Livenhouse. When you said that the snow removal, he's not gonna have much work this year, it
Well,
don't look
so
like.
far, let's
But the
just-
snow removal, I know who's gonna do it, but it was like you guys cut him a check. I mean, this was like last year, you guys cut him a check. Is that out of our general fund, or is that the money that comes, and this
Out of the
is
Out of street fund.
out of the street fund? Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah. To help you out on this, as far as thinking about street funds for stuff, like I said, we pay for our street lights, it comes out of street fund. The snow removals comes out of the street fund money. we do some repairs like the patching we did last summer, or if we want to do some future stuff. I know when 53 is finished, we're going to have some extensive work, probably down there in drainage possibly, we don't know. I know there's some future coming up down south, possibly there's some drainage problems there. But what else am I missing, you guys, that street funds pay for? Is that,
It covers most of it.
yeah.
Marge?
Yeah.
Have you heard any more, when you said 53, have you heard any more when they're gonna start their work
No,
or anything?
there was a meeting scheduled in December, and then it was postponed, but after the first of the year, there's another one coming up, they said. So I don't know, we'll just have to see what they present to us. So,
Okay.
they'll have the state will do their notices, we won't, you'll see them probably published in the papers and stuff.
It won't be
so.
until spring at the earliest.
Will we get notified?
Hold on. Remember what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
I know it's the first time.
Yeah, Doris,
Well, will it be in the paper so we know that there's gonna be a meeting so we can
yeah,
go
I just
to it?
said that they'll probably, the state publishes it.
But I don't get the newspapers, so,
And I don't.
I mean, the only thing I could read would be what's at the post office, or if you said, you
Call
know,
the state office.
Yeah, you can
oh,
call.
I'm not gonna do that. I got better things to do.
They're willing to tell you if they
Yeah.
know.
I just
Yeah.
thought maybe there would be a way that we would know here in town when it was happening.
Well, I don't, they may publish something,
Okay.
they may actually have something, I do not know. When the lady contacts me again, I will ask her if they use something here, if people don't get a local paper. I'll ask her, okay? Any other questions? Well, I guess if we don't have any other questions, then I'm going to ask for a motion that we adjourn.
I'll move we adjourn.
Motion's been made and seconded to adjourn. Jeremy?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
Angie? Jim?
Yes.
Yes, meeting adjourned. I have cataracts this week today.
You don't have that on?
Yeah.
It's still on?
I can't put my glasses on today. I can't.
I had that LASIK done.
And it's usually just.
I had to wear sunglasses.
End of the year.
Would you see any?
Some, depending on what kind of test I do,
They're tying her hands where you can't talk, you can't do
Can't do
anything.
nothing.
Uh-uh.
What are we supposed to do? Sit there and look like a fool?
And I told Rick, I said, no, I don't got a pen. The one of them wrote something against me because his challenge. It's not a board. It's not a board. Somebody I think I'm right.
We can't even talk until she decides to give us time.
So make notes, what you want to say.
Well, he is, what do you have? Oh, wow. That's what I'm saying. We're paying for him to be here. Oh, I do believe his car isn't running. Oh, right. Last time it was. Yes, it was running. Yeah. So we don't need him.
No, but he was here.